Hello everyone and welcome to The No Show. I'll be your host Nathan Orenstein and today I'll be reviewing Talk to Me. Talk to Me is written by Danny Philippou and Bill Hinzman, directed by Danny and Michael Philippou, and stars Sophie Wilde, Alexandra Jensen, Joe Bird, Miranda Otto, Zoe Terakes, and Chris Alosio. The movie is about a severed, embalmed hand that allows you to conjure a spirit after lighting a candle, holding the hand, and saying, "Talk to me." If you say, "I let you in" after that, the spirit possesses you, and someone has to blow the candle out within 90 seconds to quote-unquote close the door and end the possession. It starts out as a fun party trick, but of course things take a dark turn when the 90-second mark is passed during one of these possessions. Put simply, Talk to Me is one of the most exciting original horror films to come out in recent memory. It's truly disturbing and features some of the most gnarly imagery of any movie to hit the big screen in the past few years. On top of that, Danny and Michael Philippou's masterful direction of the horror scenes makes them consistently tense, and it's all the more impressive that this is their feature film debut. The direction is so strong that this tension carries throughout the scenes that aren't inherently scary, making for a cohesive experience that left me physically tense by the end of it. I walked out of the theater desperate for another horror film from this duo, and was ready to watch Talk to Me again as soon as possible. I really can't praise the horror from this horror movie enough. That being said, the non-horror-y bits are nothing to write home about. Talk to Me is definitely one of those movies where it's pretty obvious that the core concept was thought of and fleshed out first, and then a story was haphazardly built around it in order to show off that concept as much as possible. I think the concept is fantastic, and the movie does a great job of showing the rules for this whole talk to me hand thing, and the consequences of disobeying those rules. Many horror movies struggle with this, but I don't think Talk to Me does at all. The problem is that the story itself surrounding the concept is just very forgettable. Same with the characters and the performances, although I do think Sophie Wilde does give a good performance as main character Mia, and I think her character does have enough nuance and imperfections to make her interesting. Aside from her though, this very much feels like a set of characters and plot points that were created purely to move the film from scary scene to scary scene. It's not bad in my opinion, but it's also not really anything that I'll remember in a week or so. The movie does have some interesting themes going on, but they're not presented in a way that feels noteworthy or even that original in the post-hereditary landscape of family trauma horror. I do want to make a note about how Talk to Me merges its horror and non-horror stuff though. Like I said earlier, I thought this thing was directed phenomenally well, and I wasn't particularly bothered by the blandness of the story and characters because everything else surrounding those elements was done so well. The tension was there for me from start to finish, even in the non-horror moments. However, I saw Talk to Me with a friend, and he did say that the blandness of the story and characters distracted him a bit between the horror scenes. So it wasn't much of a problem for me. I want to share this differing perspective in case you feel like you might fall closer to his camp than mine when watching horror films. Talk to Me is a must-watch for any self-respecting horror fan, and a truly exciting debut for the Philippou brothers. Yeah, the writing could use some work, but it wasn't enough to take me out of what is one of the most masterfully directed horror films of the past few years. It left me wanting so much more, but in a good way, and I really cannot wait to watch it again. I'm going to be giving Talk to Me an 8 out of 10. If you enjoyed the review, then feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you're new. And if you've seen Talk to Me already, I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. I've been Nathan Orenstein with The No Show. Thanks for watching.